One tap and swipe. Nandyan na lahat. Receive credible news and information. Pati mga trending topics at videos. Sure na meron dito niyan. Stay on track with Radyo Pilipinas on Viber. Pick up real news. Catch the latest and biggest stories. Search Radyo Pilipinas on Viber and hop in to our community.
Paano nga ba mag-register para magkaroon ng schedule sa Bagong Pilipinas Presidential Action Center? Narito ang mga dapat gawin. Gamit ang iyong mobile device, pumunta sa eGovPH app. Pwede itong i-download mula sa Apple App Store o sa Google Play Store. Gumawa ng account. Ilagay ang email address, valid mobile number, pagkatapos ay makakatanggap ka ng one-time code sa iyong email. Gamitin ang code sa eGov app para sa verification ng iyong account at ng mga impormasyong ibinigay. Congratulations! Meron ka ng eGovPH app account. Pwede mo na ma-access ang iba't ibang serbisyo ng gobyerno kabilang ang mga serbisyo sa Bagong Pilipinas Presidential Action Center.
Ito ang Presidential Broadcast Service.
Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko
ng Bagong Pilipinas para sa Bagong Pilipino. Naghahatid ng mahahalagang balita at impormasyon na guugnay ng pamahalaan sa sambayanan. Tulay sa himpapawid ng serbisyo publiko. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Ang boses ng Pangulo. Sa Mega Manila 738.
Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko.
Dito nagsimula.
Huwag na po tayo magkunwari. Alam naman ng buong madla na nagkakaraket sa mga proyekto.
Nagsalita na ang Pangulo. Ngayon papakinggan naman natin ang tinig ng publiko.
We should all be angry because what's happening is not right. Yes, express it. You come, you make your feelings known to these people.
Ngayon ay tututukan, sigaw ng mamamayan, kontra katiwalian, kaban ng bayan, ating babantayan.
The money of the people will be given back to the people.
Tapat na gobyerno at tamang mga proyekto para sa publiko. Bayan ay aasenso, sambayanan ang panalo. Sa Bagong Pilipinas, sabay-sabay nating gagawin ito.
Ibigay ang tamang serbisyo. Tao muna bago kayo. Lubos na serbisyo para sa Pilipino. Sa Bagong Pilipinas, sabay-sabay nating gagawin ito.
The money of the people will be given back to the people.
Oras sa Buong Pilipinas, 7 minuto makalipas ang alas 3 ng hapon. Isang magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat at welcome po tayo sa ating programang Kalingahatid ng Red Cross dito po sa Radyo Pilipinas. Ngayon pong ika-30 ng buwan ng Nobyembre. Ito po huling araw ng buwan ng Nobyembre para sa taong 2025. At syempre ito na po at sasalubungin na po natin bukas ang Disyembre. At kung sabi nga nila, 25 days more to go before Christmas. Kamusta ang bawat isa sa inyo? Inaanyayahan namin kayo hanggang alas 4 po tayo ng hapon at syempre live na live po tayo dito sa atin sa Radyo Pilipinas sa may Quezon City at tayo ay napapakinggan 738 kHz at napapanood sa Facebook Live Kalingahatid at ng Radyo Pilipinas Facebook page at sa atin sa Affordabox at Digibox channel 43 to 45. Okay? At nice nating pasalamatan buong nating programa mula sa Presidential Communication Office ang ating Secretary Dave Gomez, kasama yan ng ating Presidential Broadcasting Service ng ating Director na si Fernando Sanga at ang iba pa nating kasama ang ating Station Manager Sir Alan Alyanige at si Sir Ray Sampang at sa technical side si Sir Oli Lopez, si Ma'am Joy Timidan at si Ma'am Matit. Andyan po siya. Okay, at syempre sa Philippine Red Cross ang ating chairman and CEO Richard J. Gordon kasama ng iba pang ating Board of Governors at syempre regards sa ating isang Board of Governor ngayon na nagdidiwang ng kanyang kaarawan si Governor Oscar Palabiab. Si Attorney Oscar Palabiab, birthday niya po ngayon, at ni Governor Andrew Nocon. Yan. At syempre kasama yan ng iba pang chapter administrators sa mayigit 100 chapters natin nationwide, kasama ng kanilang Red Cross 143 at Red Cross Youth at ng ating Secretary General Dr. Gwen Pang. Okay? At makakasama na natin via Zoom ngayong napaka-busy ng hapon ngayong hapong ito dahil maraming tao ngayon na nagpupuntahan sa mall. Bago nga tayo makarating dito ay napaka-traffic dyan sa isang mall. Talaga nga namang lahat sila ngayon ay naghahanda na para sa pagdiriwang ng Pasko. Okay? Kasama natin Governor Corazon Alma de Leon. Magandang hapon po, ma'am.
Yes, magandang hapon. Nais ko simulan ang ating programa by reading this thought. This season, let us reflect on the beauty and majesty of our earth. May we open our hearts to the call for a universal communion with all of creation and embrace our guardianship of nature. I pray that each of us, in our own small ways, answers the call to care for our only home and to preserve this unique gift, a manifestation of God's unending universal love for generations to come. May love, kindness, and peace be upon us all. At ako'y natutuwa dahil ang topic ngayon ay dakilang kabataan volunteer ng Philippine Red Cross.
Opo.
Tatlo ang ating panauhin.
Yes.
Si Erica Bonita, 16 years old, Chapter Youth Council Assistant Secretary from Camarines Sur.
Yes.
Si Saijan F. Kamonog ng Capiz National High School Red Cross Youth Council Assistant Treasurer, at si Franz Arno Paway from Bagayan National Comprehensive High School.
Yes.
Red Cross Youth Council of Agusan del Sur. Ang magandang representation natin ngayon, no?
Yes.
Kasi meron tayong taga Visayang, taga Bicol, and of course taga Mindanao. Maraming salamat. Ang gaganda nila. Simulan na natin ang ating interview. Pagpapakilala ng volunteer, buong pangalan, taga saan, at ano ang eskwela na pinag-aaralan. Simulan natin kay Erica Bonita. Go ahead, pakilala ka.
Yes, Bonita. Ma'am Bonita.
Camarines Sur.
Magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon po. Ako po si Erica Gabriel Bonita, taga Naga City, at ako po ay nag-aaral sa St. Joseph School, Naga City.
Si Saijan.
Saijan. Saijan, nakamute ka yata. Press mo yung unmute mo, unmute.
Okay, go ahead, Saijan. Nakamute ka ba?
Alright.
Ayan, ako na.
Okay. So, good at East National High School. Okay.
Yes. Napapakinggan ka namin.
Saan ka nag-aaral, Saijan?
Ilan taong ka na, tsaka saan ka nag-aaral?
So, from Capiz National High School po. I am 14 years old.
Okay.
14
Then
years
we have
old.
Franz Arno Paway from Bagayan National Comprehensive High School, Red Cross Youth Council of Agusan del Sur. Go ahead, Franz. Mag-greet ka muna sa ating program.
Hello po. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Ako si Franz Arno Paway mula sa Agusan del Sur Chapter. Isa po akong estudyante mula sa Bayugan National Comprehensive High School at proud volunteer na Philippine Red Cross. Masaya po akong makasama kayo ngayon.
Thank you very much, Franz. Sabihin niyo kung saan kayo nag-aaral at bakit sa Red Cross ninyo ninais maging isang volunteer. Simulan natin kay Erica, tapos si Saijan, at then si Franz Arno Paway. Erica?
Nag-aaral po ako sa St. Joseph School, Naga City, at ginusto ko pong maging isang volunteer sa Philippine Red Cross Camarines Sur dahil sa dalawa pong rason. Una po ay I believe that it's an important opportunity and experience for me to before I go into college, because as I am in my last year of senior high school, I believe that being in this organization will open up more opportunities for me in the later future, and I believe that I can I believe that this organization aligns with my values and my passions as a person. So my second reason is that the our council has only been established last year, and as a new organization and club in our school, it was very intriguing for me because it's a very new experience, very unlike what I have done before, and it's something that I really want to do and something that I can do more for the community. So those are my two reasons for wanting to join the Philippine Red Cross Council.
Well said, Erica. I'll ask Sejan also the same question. Bakit sa Philippine Red Cross ka naging volunteer? Sejan?
All right. Okay. So, of course, I choose the Philippine Red Cross because when I first learned about its principles, something in me felt connected. I saw myself reflected in the values of humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, and universality. I always believe in serving with sincerity. And the PRC gave me a place where my heart could feel at home. The perspective of the organization is something I see in myself to help without expecting anything, to show compassion even when it's difficult, and to stand for what is right. Napili ko po yung organization ito, ang Philippine Red Cross, dahil natutukoy ko po siya na pareho ho kami ng perspective na tumulong na walang hinihiling na kapalit. Maraming salamat.
And I'll go to France, Arno Paway. Bakit ka sa Red Cross nag-volunteer at kailan pa? Go ahead, France.
Nagsimula po ako nag-volunteer sa Philippine Red Cross noong ako grade 8 po lamang. Nakita sobrang ganda at tinitulong ito sa campus namin po sa Wayuga National Comprehensive High School. At dahil doon, mas na-inspired ako at ninais ko pong maging volunteer sa Philippine Red Cross dahil gusto ko na makatulong sa mga tao, lalo na sa mga panahon ng sakuna at sa panahon na maraming nangangailangan. Naniniwala po kasi ako na ang PRC ay isa sa pinaka maasahang organisasyon pagdating sa humanitarian work, sa pagtulong sa mga tao. At bata po ako ay gusto ko talagang mag-serve sa mga tao at like sa rescue, ganun. At nakita ko na isa ang Red Cross sa mga organisasyon na kagaya nito. At masaya po ako dahil hindi ako nabigo dahil ang Philippine Red Cross is marami akong lessons at marami akong na-realize sa pagsaling nito. So, yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Well said, Franz. Balikan ko si Erica. Ano naman ang pakiramdam mo bilang isang volunteer ng Philippine Red Cross? Go ahead, Erica.
As a volunteer in this organization, after everything that I do, it has always felt fulfilling for me. Even though I am a minor and I am unable to go many places or go to most of the events, I can only do reportings and pack the relief goods in the office. It still feels very fulfilling for me to be able to help in any way that I can, even though I get to help others indirectly, wherein I don't get to see them receive the things that I have packaged or receive the things I have done, and for them not to know it's from me or done by me, it still feels very fulfilling, as it's those small things that I can do as a volunteer of at this age that I feel my sense of purpose. That's how.
Thank you very much, Saijan. Ano-ano naman ang natutunan mo bilang isang volunteer sa Philippine Red Cross? What did you actually learn as a volunteer? Go ahead, Saijan.
More than what you say. This become my, yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
You're audible. Go ahead. Just speak a little louder.
So again, I learned that. Okay. Again, I learned that service speaks more than what you say. This became my guiding principle. I learned how to communicate with different people, how to adjust different cultures, and how to be patient even in stressful and or unfamiliar situations. PRC helped me improve my public speaking, my leadership mindset, and even my emotional intelligence. Every deployment taught me something, whether it's teamwork, empathy, and humility. Natutunan ko po on how to communicate with others, how to connect them, how to connect kung ano yung mga kinalakihan nilang mga bagay, at natutunan ko rin i-cope ito sa aking sarili. That's all, ma'am. Thank you.
Again, well said. Ang next question naman sa inyo in this interview, paano ninyo nahahati ang inyong oras para sa PRC, trabaho at sa pamilya na kayo ang tumutulong sa inyong tahanan? Balik tayo kay Franz. How do you divide your time as a student, with family, and of course, as volunteer of PRC? Go ahead,
Yes.
Franz.
Magandang tanong po yan, ma'am. Having proper time management is para mahati ko na tama aking oras sa panahon. Sinusigurado ko po na maaga kong patapos o maayos ang aking mga trabaho sa pag-volunteer, at kapag tapos ng aking trabaho, nagbibigay ako ng oras sa aking pamilya at higit sa lahat sa aking pag-aaral. Kasi ito ang pinakamahirap na kalaban natin, ang oras, lalo na sa ating mga volunteers, kung paano natin hahatiin ang ating oras para sa ating pamilya, sa pag-volunteer at sa ating pag-aaral. Kaya ang isa sa pinakamagandang solusyon ay ang paggamit po ng time management. At dahil dyan, nakokontrol ko po at nahahati ko ang aking oras at panahon para sa pamilya, pag-aaral, at para sa pag-volunteer. Yan lang po.
Well said again. What about Erica? Do you feel the same way?
Yes, I believe that time management really is one of the most important things when it comes to being a volunteer, being a student, and as a family member. But adding to what he said, I believe that sleep is one of the most important things, because once you get sleep, you get recharged, and with a clear mindset, I am able to do my work efficiently and faster so that I have more time to spend in leisure and talking to my friends and my family, of course.
Saijan, do you feel the same way, that you're enjoying your work as a volunteer, or what more can you add? Go ahead.
Well, Gov, I think, yeah, I believe them both, because I think balancing time is a very crucial aspects of us as a student, as a family member also, and of course as a volunteer member. But of course, I balance my time with harmony, even it gets difficult.
Do you feel after you've helped people, ano ang feeling ninyo after helping people? Go ahead,
Of
Franz. Ikaw
course,
muna. Sige, continue ka, Saijan. Go ahead. Anong feeling mo kung natutulungan ang mga tao Anong yung pakiramdam? How do you feel helping people? Saijan, go ahead.
Of course, ma'am. It is very heartwarming. Mhm. Okay. It is very heartwarming, sometimes even emotional. Helping someone who is suffering and then seeing them smile because of small help you gave. It hits very differently. It makes me realize that even simple actions can change someone's day, someone's situation, or even someone's life. Those smiles encourage me to continue in service because our organization believes in alleviating human suffering, and I believe the small actions can create a huge impact.
Do you feel the same way, Franz, about being able to help people? And anong feeling mo? Go
Yes,
ahead.
ma'am. I felt the same, ma'am. I felt rewarding and fulfilling after helping people that who needs me. And also, para po bang nababayaran lahat ng pagod na aking binigay. At ito po ay naging inspirasyon ko para sa patuloy na pag-volunteer at pagtulong ng iba. Kasi iba ang pakiramdam kapag nakatulong ka para may masaya mula sa iyong puso. You felt very happy and walang katulad ang saya kapag ikaw ay nakatulong sa iba.
So dahil sa ganung feeling, nais mo bang ipagpatuloy ang pagiging isang volunteer sa Philippine Red Cross? Go ahead, Franz, and I'll get back to Saijan and Erica.
Yes po, ma'am. Because of that feeling, nais ko pong ipagpatuloy ang pagiging volunteer ko dahil isa rin po itong bahagi sa aking buhay. At gusto ko po makaranas ng ganong feeling like I'm very happy to serve and help people, especially for those who need me. And I felt that being here in the Philippine Red Cross is very grateful ako na makatulong sa iba. Kaya if you ask me po if nais ko po bang magpatuloy, opo, nais ko pong magpapatuloy.
Saijan, do you feel the same way that you want to continue being a volunteer?
Saijan, go ahead.
Of course, without a doubt. Being interviewed like this makes me even more motivated to continue serving. PRC for me is not just an organization; it is a home I will cherish, a place where I grew and where I found purpose. I will continue to uphold the movement's principles for as long as I can. So, mas pipiliin ko pong magstay at magpatuloy sa pagsiservisyo bilang isang volunteer ng Philippine Red Cross.
Champion na to.
You speak with so much passion, no? And I wonder how Erica feels, whether Erica feels the same way na she wants to continue being a volunteer with Philippine Red Cross. Go ahead, Erica.
Just like Franz and Saijan, I really want to continue being a volunteer in Red Cross because as I am in my last year of senior high school, I thought of it for a while already, and I have decided that I really want to continue because I believe that I haven't reached my full potential as a volunteer. And in the Philippine Red Cross, they gave me these kinds of opportunities to speak and to do what I love doing, and getting to help others and them appreciating my help is also something that make me want to continue. And it is not what I am hoping to receive from the Philippine Red Cross, but I am grateful to receive those kinds of feelings and opportunities.
Gobkora.
Yes, we will have a station break.
Yes, opo.
And later, ang question ko sa inyo, ano-anong mga naging challenges nyo na inyong hinarap as a volunteer? You know, experiences that you will never forget. Go ahead, Edison, for our station break.
Yes, magbabalik po tayo sa ilang paalala at sa pagbabalik natin meron po tayong balita at sa mga nangyayari po nating trillion peso march dyan po sa may Quezon City at sa iba pang lugar. So bago ang lahat, may tanong po, tiwala ba kayo na may big fish sa flood control scam na makukulong bagong magpasko? Alinsunod sa ipinangako ng Pangulo. Pakinggan natin ang tinig ng bayan.
Tinig ng bayan. Tinig ng bayan.
Sana magtulong-tulong sila na madakip yung mga illegal na ginagawa ng gobyerno natin.
So dapat hindi napatagalin pa?
Yes, hindi natin patagalin. Siguro hindi natin napatagalin na makaabot ng 2026. Ngayon na 2025, sana maubos na silang lahat.
Ako po si Reynaldo C., Regional Director ng DICT Region 6. Base po sa binitawan ng ating pong Pangulo, ako po confident na matutupad po yung angako ng ating pong Pangulo. Tatalikod po kami ng ating Pangulo bilang suporta po sa ating pong Pangulo.
Ramdam natin ibang simoy ng hangin. Ito ay tanda na mayroong darating. Pagsilang ng sanggol doon sa Bethlehem, siya ang nagligtas ng kasalanan natin. O bakit pa nalimutan na natin ang siyang tunay na diwa ng Pasko? Mag-alay sa ating kapwa, lalo't di pinagpala. Tayo ay magmahal nang walang kapalit. Ang tunay na Pasko ay tayo. Ano man ang ginagawa natin, ang Pasko ay pagmamahalan, pagbibigay, kapatawaran. Ang Pasko ay ikaw at ako, iba-iba man ay isa tayo. Tayong lahat ay Pilipino, yan ang tunay na diwa ng Pasko. Sana'y magilom na mga sugat natin, kahit iba-iba paniniwala natin. Kaya ngayong Pasko, magkasundo tayo. Pareho lang naman, maganda ang hangarin. Ang tunay na Pasko ay tayo. Ano man ang ginagawa natin, ang Pasko ay pagmamahalan, pagbibigay, kapatawaran. Ang Pasko ay ikaw at ako, iba-iba man ay isa tayo. Tayong lahat ay Pilipino, yan ang tunay na diwa ng Pasko. Ang tunay na Pasko ay tayo. Ano man ang ginagawa natin, ang Pasko ay pagmamahalan, pagbibigay, iba man ay iisa tayo. Tayong lahat ay Pilipino. Yan ang tunay na diwa ng Pasko. Yan ang tunay na diwa ng Pasko.
Dito nagsimula.
Huwag na po tayo magkunwari. Alam naman ng buong madla na nagkakaraket sa mga proyekto.
Nagsalita na ang Pangulo. Ngayoy papakinggan naman natin ang tinig ng publiko.
We should all be angry because what's happening is not right. Yes, express it. You come, you make your feelings known to these people.
Ngayon ay tututukan, sigaw ng mamamayan, kontra katiwalian, kaban ng bayan, ating babantayan.
The money of the people will be given back to the people.
Tapat na gobyerno at tamang mga proyekto para sa publiko. Bayan ay aasenso, sambayanan ang panalo. Sa bagong Pilipinas, sabay-sabay nating gagawin ito.
Ibigay ang tamang serbisyo, tao muna bago kayo. Lubos na serbisyo para sa Pilipino. Sa bagong Pilipinas, sabay-sabay nating gagawin ito.
The money of the people will be given back to the people.
Mula sa iba't ibang panig ng Pilipinas, narito ang kalipunan ng mga balitang Red Cross. Ako si Benj Pagya para sa PRC News Flash. Philippine Red Cross muling sumali sa pinakamalaking single-day voluntary bloodletting event sa bansa na tinatawag na Dugong Bombo 2025. Libo-libong Pilipino ang muling nagkaisa para sa pinakamalaking single-day bloodletting event sa bansa. Kabilang dito ang Philippine Red Cross na nakipag-partner muli sa Bombo Radio Philippines at Bombo Radio Philippines Foundation Incorporated para sa Dugong Bombo 2025, A Little Pain, A Little Life to Gain. Naganap nitong Sabado, November 15, 2025, ang nationwide bloodletting drive na sabay-sabay isinagawa sa 25 major locations na sinuportahan ng 32 digitalized AM at FM stations ng Bombo Radio Philippines. Taunan nang idinaraos ang Dugong Bombo at kinilalang pinakamalaki at pinakamalawak na one-day voluntary blood donation activities sa buong Pilipinas. At tulad ng inaasahan, muling napatunayan ng programa ang lakas ng bayanihan. Sa mga nagdaang taon, nakapag-ambag ng proyekto ng humigit kumulang 2.1 million cubic centimeter o 10 gram ng dugo para sa national blood supply. Ngunit ngayong 2025, sa kabila ng mga lindol at bagyong tumama sa bansa, nakapagtala ang event ng panibagong record. 4,657 bags of blood, nakatumbas ng halos 2.1 million cc o cubic centimeter ng dugo o 2,095.65 liters. Sa maikling panayam kay Rizel Anescano o mas kilala bilang Star DJ Gabi ng 102.7, ibinahagi niya kung bakit espesyal ang Dugong Bombo.
So dito kasi sa Dugong Bombo, makikita natin na iba-ibang mga organizations and groups ang nagsasama-sama. So with other blood donation projects, of course, they are focused maybe on one group only or it's organized by one organization only. But for Bombo Radio Philippines Foundation Incorporated kasi talaga, we are inviting a lot of groups. So it's like a collaboration of so many groups. We have Rotary, we have Tao Gama, we have the PNP, the BFP, and even the AFP. So talagang sama-sama siya. And makikita mo, natuwa ko kanina kasi I'm seeing the leaders of the groups. They are saying hi to everyone. Iba-iba talaga yung mga grupo para they have one goal. And that goal is to help save lives, which is being done here sa Dugong Bombo 2025.
Binuri naman ni PRC Chairman at CEO Richard J. Gordon ang matagal ng partnership ng Philippine Red Cross at ng Bombo Radio Philippines Foundation Incorporated. Tiniyak din ng PRC National Blood Services na maayos, ligtas at mabilis ang screening at processing ng dugo sa lahat ng site sa buong bansa. Isang makabuluhang patunay ang Dugong Bombo 2025 na anumang sakuna o pagsubok, nananatiling buhay ang diwa ng bayanihan sa mga Pilipino. Para sa mga nagnanais magpaabot ng tulong para sa mga naapektuhan ng sunod-sunod na kalamidad, tumawag lamang sa PRC Hotline 143 o bisitahin ang website ng Philippine Red Cross. Maaari ding magpadala ng mensahe sa official Facebook page ng Philippine Red Cross. At yun ang pinakabagong balita mula sa PRC. Abangan ang mga news updates dito sa PRC News Flash. Ako si Benj Pagya.
Mike, ayan. Okay. At yan na po ang atid natin na PRC News Plus, atid ng Communication Department ng Philippine Red Cross. At meron lang po tayong update dito mula sa ating Operation Center at Safety Services na sa nagaganap na trillion peso march for truth and accountability dyan po sa Quirino Grandstand, sa Luneta and EDSA Shrine sa Quezon City. Ang nakikater na po ng ating mga volunteer meron po tayong 42 patients na na-cater na po as of 3 o'clock ng hapon. Yung vital signs po niyan ay 30, minor cases ay 6, major cases ay 1, at na-transport sa hospital ay 1. Tapos meron po tayong tinayong emergency field hospital, 4 na patients po na-cater natin dyan. 2 ay nagpatingin ng vital signs at 1 yung minor cases. Ito po ay nahihilo at 1 nadala sa hospital. Ang mga breakdown ng mga kaso natin dyan sa atin sa trillion peso march ay dizziness, heat exhaustion, sprain, shortness of breath at body weakness. While yung major case natin ay severe headache, abdominal pain, hangover, and then ito ay dinala daw sa QC-DRMO. Samantalang yung mga dinala sa hospital ay nagtamo ng sprain, left wrist injury, hypertensive. Ito po ay dinala sa hospital ng QMMC. Okay, at marami po tayong volunteers po dyan. Mayroon po tayong mga first aid station at halos lahat ng ating ambulansya sa National Capital Region ay nakadeploy at magbibigay pa rin tayo ng update sa atin sa Philippine Red Cross Facebook page at sa ating Twitter. Magbabalik po tayo sa ating talakayan, Gob Cora.
Yes, thank you very much. At yung last question ko ay magiging final salvo natin as we finally close our program. Ano-ano ang mga naging challenges sa inyong hinarap as volunteer ng PRC na hindi nyo makakalimutan? And after that, you give na your remarks for our goodbye. Let's start with Erica Bonita.
Since the Philippine Red Cross is the first organization that I have joined,
Okay, nagkaroon tayo ng technical difficulty at meron kasi thunderstorm advisory na nilabas ang Pag-asa nitong 3:12 ng hapon. Intense to torrential rain showers with lightning and strong winds are expected over Bataan, Cavite, Laguna, and Tarlac, while the above conditions are being experienced in Rizal, San Mateo, Metro Manila. Ito ay Marikina, Caloocan, Quezon City, Pasig, Mandaluyong, San Juan, Valenzuela at Malabon. While sa Bulacan meron din, sa parte ng San Jose del Monte, Meycauayan, Marilao, Zambales, San Marcelino, Botolan, sa Nueva Ecija, sa Pantabangan, Caranglan, San Jose, Cabanatuan, sa Pampanga, sa Porac, Batangas, Salipa, San Jose, Cuenca, Matas na Kahoy. At sa Quezon, sa Lopez, General Lula, Macalelon, Katanawan. Ito daw ay magpe-persist sa susunod na 2 oras. Ayon po yan sa DOST Pag-asa. At habang inaantay po natin na mag-rejoin yung ating mga panauhin na nawala dahil sa isang matatalim ang mga kidlat kanina. Okay. Siguro magbigay muna tayo ng commercial break, Sir Oli. Okay lang ba? Habang aantayin natin ang mga panauhin natin.
Good news! Ang inyong pinagkakatiwalaang Radyo Pilipinas nasa TV na. Oo, nasa TV na. Ang Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM ay live nang mapapanood sa Channel 3 ng ABS-CBN TV Plus at Channels 45 to 49 ng GMA Affordabox. Kaya may access ka na sa balitang totoo anytime, anywhere. Sa radyo, sa social media at TV. Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM.
Time to celebrate kulturang Pinoy. Tradisyon, musika, sining, literatura at iba pa. Anything and everything fun and Filipino. Ito ang Pinoy Kultura.
Flight PR 1043, now boarding.
Hey, that's us!
Vacation, here we go! Always love flying the first and oldest commercial airline in Asia, our very own flag carrier, Philippine Airlines.
Dreaming of love while cruising at high altitudes.
Did you know this track was specifically made for Philippine Airlines back in the 70s? Composed by Jose Marichan and arranged by Ryan Cayabyab.
Closer to heaven, we're 30,000 feet.
Brings back good old memories, at the same time, creating new ones with the new generation.
Oo, ang ganda pa naman ng kanta.
Leave all your worries as we soar over the clouds.
I don't know about you, but I always feel a sense of pride every time I see our flag carrier on airports or up flying high in the sky.
They'll be shooting stars through time and space.
Yan ang Pinoy kultura because our culture is cool.
Okay, nagbabalik po tayo. Gob Cora, nagkaroon lang tayo ng isang technical
So
difficulty.
Jan,
Opo.
tapos ka na ba, Erica? Final words?
Hindi pa. Naputol po siya, Gob Cora, kanina sa Eric dahil nung habang nagsasalita siya. Pakiulit na lang, Ma'am Erica. Andiyan ka ba?
Opo.
Okay.
Ulit ko na lang po.
Sige.
Since the Philippine Red Cross is the first organization that I have joined, the biggest challenge for me, the biggest notable challenge for me was the change in environment and being exposed to people who are much older and with more experience than me. But I was able to overcome this challenge because of the volunteers' welcoming and friendly personalities. I am thankful that they gave me a safe space to talk and to connect with people. So
Thank you, Erica. We now move to Saijan. The challenges that you faced as a volunteer of PRC. Final words.
All right.
Saijan.
Go ahead.
Okay. Biggest challenge. Am I audible?
Yes. Medyo delayed lang. We
Alright.
hear you.
All right. So, okay. One of my biggest challenges was my own thoughts. Doubting whether I could do what others can do. But I learned that comparison destroys confidence. Instead of mirroring myself to others, I learned to use their strength as motivation. Along the way, I meet people who uplifted me, believed in me, and pushed me to do my very best. Those challenges became my stepping stones towards my growth. And also, so my most memorable experience, of course, very latest lang po, no? This is the deployments on our typhoons, the relief operations. The very latest typhoons that our country overcome. Those typhoons is a challenge where we overcome. And those typhoons taught me a lot. Of course, our class is suspended and ang wala po siya klase. So I am here to volunteer. I choose to volunteer here sa Philippine Red Cross. Then it is very fulfilling to be part of it. And also to volunteer. And of course, I think being assigned in different services to act for the relief operation of our chapter. For example, being engaged with the health services, giving health promotion, dissemination, in our welfare services, engaging in CFS or the child-friendly spaces, and also to the hot meals. And I want to express my deepest respect and gratitude to our PRC national leadership, headed by our CEO Chairman, Mr. David Gordon, our Secretary General, Dr. Gwendolyn Pang, to the Honorable Board of Governors, and of course, to Governor Corazon de Leon here with us, our chapter administrator, Mr. Raimundo P. Martinez, our CSR here, and of course, our CSR for the RCY in the Capiz chapter, Mr. Sandro D. Ponsaran, my COEC family, led by our director, Linear Council, and the Capiz National High School, who shaped me and guided me throughout my Red Cross journey. This journey taught me that the heart of service is not measured by grand actions, but by the sincerity behind them. I will continue to serve with compassion, stand firm with purpose, and bring hope to those who need it, because the world becomes lighter when we choose to care. Before I conclude, allow me to leave you with a powerful thought that captures the heart of everything we've shared today. In every act of service, we carry a piece of humanity, and the Red Cross, even the smallest kindness, can become someone's greatest lifeline. Thank you so much.
Well said, well said. Now, final words from Franz Arno Paway. The challenges that you faced as a volunteer, and what is your message to other future volunteers?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. One of the biggest challenges that I faced as a volunteer is the kung paano pagbalanse ng oras. At also, adjusting to different people, because we all know as a volunteer, we will work with individuals of different personalities and different perspectives required with. So we will be requiring to have patient and good communication. And also, one of the biggest challenges as a volunteer is pressure to perform well, because mabigat ang ating dinadala as a volunteer, kasi malaki ang in-expect ng mga tao sa atin. Pag sinabing isa kang Red Cross volunteer, tumatatak sa isipan ng mga tao na magaling ito, trained ito, magaling ito sa pagtulong. So isang bigat na ang nakapatong sa ating volunteer. Message ko lang po sa mga nanonood at sa future volunteers natin is naway mag-serve po kayo mula sa iyong puso, at sana'y hindi kayo mapagod sa pagtulong at sa pag-serve sa mga taong mga taong need ng guidance natin at ng tulong natin, dahil isa tayo sa tumutulong dito sa ating bansa. At yun na po, maraming salamat.
Okay.
Proud of you, Erica Bonita, 16 years old, Chapter Youth Council, Assistant Secretary from Kamsur. Proud of you, Saijan E. Kumonog from Capiz National High School Red Cross Youth Council, Assistant Treasurer. And similarly, proud of Franz Arno Paway from Bagayan National Comprehensive High School Red Cross Youth Council of Agusan del Sur, for our program topic, Dakilang Kabataan Volunteer ng Philippine Red Cross. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat, and hope to see you again in the future program of Kalinga, Hatid ng Cruz na Pula. Go ahead, Edison.
Ano po yung final words sa Gov Cora bago tayo magpaalam? Gov Cora, ano po yung final message?
Ang final words ko, asahan po ninyo na sa mga susunod na episodes namin ay ipapakilala natin ang mga volunteers, old and new, young and old, who are making a difference in the lives of Filipinos through the Philippine Red Cross. Please support the Red Cross in all its endeavors, at tayo ay magtutulungan para labanan ang katiwalian sa ating bayan. Maraming salamat.
Okay, at yan na po ang ating programang Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross Radio Pilipinas. Pero bago ang lahat, nais nating pasalamatan ang mga naging panauhin natin ngayong hapong ito. Si Ma'am Erica, si Sir Saijan, at saka si Sir Franz. At syempre kahapon, nung Friday, tayo nagkaroon ng isang Blood Recognition Award dyan sa may Clark, Pampanga. At nais nating pasalamatan lahat ng mga awardee mula sa Region 3. Okay? At syempre nananawagan din tayo dahil itong papasok na buwan ay lean months ng blood donation. Kaya sana bago po tayo magsagawa ng mga party o sumali sa mga party ay mag-donate po tayo sa Philippine Red Cross, dahil tuloy-tuloy pa din po yung mga pangangailangan natin sa dugo, ha. At kaya sa mga nais pong mag-donate ng dugo, pumunta lang po kayo sa amin sa National Headquarters at sa inyong pinakamalapit na chapters namin nationwide. Okay? At yan na po ang ating programang Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross Radyo Pilipinas ngayong pong huling araw ng buwan ng Nobyembre, November 30. At ito po si Edison Enriquez. Susunod na po ang pagbabalita natin ni Sir Albert Sebastian, at kasunod po yan ang programa ni Buds Fernandez, Pulso ng Pilipino. 7 minuto bago mag alas 4 ng hapon.